What was your personal life while working in the hotel? Was it good, bad, or you have just gone through it?
It was a mixed bag, I would say. Nothing was bad and nothing was amazing. But what happens is it's a mixed bag because you obviously there are certain things I have sacrificed. Would have someone taught me few things about time and task management earlier in my career, things might have been different.
Yeah.
So it's all about how you kind of build yourself, how you kind of mold yourself. It's very important, is what I look at. Obviously, sacrifices in every industry you'll have to give. Luckily, what happens is, unfortunately, rather, personal sacrifice is the immediate sacrifice that a human being does when it comes to career.
Yeah.
Which somewhere now I feel, it's time people kind of shake hands together, and it cannot be only personal sacrifice.
Yes.
It has to be evens in both sides.
Because it's an old myth. I don't agree to this, but people look in the hospitality industry that it takes a lot of time. So while in F&B, they'll reach home after 12.
Right.
I remember an incident where I was in Radisson, and there was husband and wife working there, and they're still working in Radisson, same hotel.
Okay.
So husband was an F&B director, and the wife of DOSM. And she was in the hospital to deliver a baby.
Oh.
And this guy cannot come because there was a wedding already happening.
Wow.
And that the things got critical, and then general manager called him and said, rush to the hospital, I will take care of this. And that one incident told me that this industry has got a lot of emotions for each other, and this is human driven. Any which ways, if your time is going and your personal life is sacrificed, there are people around you who will take care of you in this industry. Rather than, if I this is what I felt being in hotel, because you are surrounded with a lot of people.
Right.
People. One hotel has average of 50 to 100 people working around you, and they are your family. You go and do every day meet them. So this is my feeling. I don't know how people perceive this, but hospitality as a company, as an industry, has got many things to offer, but also to take something from you if you want to grow in this.
Very true. Very well said.
So what has gone out of you? I just want to understand what has gone out of you, because you have reached to a destination somewhere down the line. If I look at your entire career that you have gone through, it is enormous to look at that, how you have scaled yourself from a trainee to being in a city like Mumbai and being in Lemon Tree and whatnot. And there's a lot many future for you. So what has gone out of you in personal life, or as in something that has changed being in this industry?
So number one, I have become much more patient. I can think rationally is what I feel now over a period of time. I have learned the art of sitting and gauging before making any conclusions. Because what happens in hotels is a classic example, I'll tell you. You get a guest complaint, okay? Your immediate thought process is, why? You start hitting the operations. But you need to know what has exactly happened. Until and unless you know what has happened, you cannot take the next step. So once you understand these basic things in life, once you know what you are doing, is as simple as, and what has taken out of me is, I don't think this industry, trust me, has taken anything out of me. It's just that what I might have missed is, attending some sports matches, weddings, yeah, a little, not too many, because I was never that social, because somehow I was not that social though, for family events and weddings. What happens in being in Mumbai, you don't meet your relatives that frequently. You meet them twice a year, but not that frequently. Weddings, obviously, I have attended all my weddings, so I would not complain.
What do you think about the generation which is going to come in? Is there anything that you'd like to contribute or tell them that how the sales will be in future? And if they want to come and join hotel sales, what are the aspect or the attitude changes that you should be looking at before joining the hotel?
So, for me, I would genuinely tell everyone that this is a very superb industry to work with. Hotels, hospitality. I would rather tell everyone to look at hospitality as an industry and not keep yourself confined to hotels, because someone who works in hospitality can always work in hotels. Someone who can work in hotels can work with cruise liners, and it's a very wide industry.
Yes.
Yeah. So not keeping only hotels as a purview, but the industry offers a lot to you to learn. What you need to know is you need to understand if you are fit for that industry, and it's very important to talk to people within the industry. Because I remember before joining the industry, coincidentally, I had my sister who would just finish her hospitality course from IHI Mumbai, and I got a lot of understanding. She was working with Intercontinental that time. I got a lot of understanding from her, which was a pretty good eye-opener for me. So it's very important to talk to people. It's very important to get guidance from people within the industry. And by now, I think you have multiple options like LinkedIn and multiple other sources. You can just, you can connect with people. You can connect with individuals and get a better understanding of the industry.
On this point, I think you are right. In this industry, in entire hospitality, we are so tied up with the work, day-to-day life, and the kind of stress that we go through. Unnecessary stress, I'm telling you, because like you said, you follow the process, everything is right.
Very true.
So I think people don't connect in this industry. What do you think the reason is? Apart from being busy into this, what is stopping people to get connected to each other? Because this industry is vast. You go to any country, you'll find mostly Indians working out there. So I've been to Oman, Dubai, Singapore, everywhere there is Indian working out. And we are the biggest producer of hospitality people, manpower.
True.
So what is stopping them to connect each other?
So if you recollect, we've had a discussion, and I don't know why even I somewhere feel a sense of disconnect a lot of times. What I personally feel is it needs to have a very strong interconnected thing. I mean, not only hotels, when we talk about hospitality, it will just help us to open our horizons.
Yes.
That's it. I mean, we saw COVID, and at that particular time, we felt maybe we are not an industry who is that well connected like some other industry, Of
course.
Why would I not, hold someone's hand and go forward and try and gain some other opportunity? I don't know why people are not that connected or what stops them. Even I have always been I've always had that thought process as to why. But I don't know. It could never unwind.
I don't feel the pleasantness when you talk to someone and said, I myself is a hotelier. They will not recognize the feeling of being two hoteliers talking to each other. And when it goes to IT profession, someone says that I work in Infosys. Oh, you also work in, you are from IT background. Let's have a secret together.
Okay.
That concept is missing in hospitality altogether.
I don't know. I personally feel this, that, every hotelier looks at each hotelier like a competition.
Yeah.
And when you stop doing that, that is the only time this barrier is going to cut off.
You have said it in one line. It's very true that we have been taught in this way that is a competition, you cannot join it. And every time when you leave or resign, someone asks you, are you joining the comp set or not?
True.
You can't stop any which ways, any person to join. But just putting out this line is very intriguing to anyone's head that, we don't have to talk to each other.
So for a very candid understanding, I personally don't believe so. I'm in very good touch with all the hoteliers in and around, meet them regularly, because what's wrong in it?
Yeah, of course.
So what if he or she is in that particular hotel or brand? What happens is, if you don't share quality data, quality inputs about business, and have understanding about the city, have understanding about the business from them, when am I going to understand the market?
Exactly.
So
as another aspect also, about personal life, how they are doing it, anything attitude change that you want to bring in.
Absolutely. I mean, luckily that I have all the hotels around. I can proudly say that I'm not only in touch with them, but I'm good friends with them. I know what's happening with them. I know their kids' names and, where do they stay, what happens and everything. So, because we keep that contact. Obviously, there are going to be some which will have a uptight collar and, they want to keep those barriers around them. But that's okay. There will be people like that. So,
I think they were saying, बचपन में सिखाया जाता था कि आप अच्छी surrounding में रहते हो, आप अच्छे बन जाते हो. We kill our surroundings in hospitality. We don't create surrounding at all. And that is a problem. I think the reason why we started this connecting dots, because we wanted to build an app called as our own, and that we discussed, and why we want to build this is because of the same reason.
True.
The reason is this, that people are not connecting to each other, and this industry slowly and gradually will start hating each other. So if you're working in Taj, I don't want to talk to you. I'm open.
Right.
And that should not happen. Eventually, end of the day, one day you will retire, I'll retire. Let's be friends. We'll talk about our days and your days. And this is something that should last because we are working in the same industry.
But I'll tell you a very interesting part to this. I remember this. I can connect the dots now. When I was working in a luxury brand, I was told, you're talking to him. He's in this brand. So this is not us, but this is someone older than us trying to tell us this. So unless and until the thought process of not only us changes, but everyone above, it has to come from above.
I think few people are required to change this mindset. This is monkey in a cage scenario that absolutely, I don't know what is happening, but I know this is how it happens. And we continue doing it.
Mine is the best.
But yes, mine is the best. Yeah. And this entire concept. So imagine you working in Lemon Tree, talking to some guy in sales who's working in a lower brand.
True.
And he can get so much of valuable input from you and actually can excel in his own career. And that will be a benefit part for you, that you have trained someone, you have actually given advice to someone to grow in life. And this is missing. I remember that when I was growing, I was from a non-hospitality background. I had this mentor whose name was again Kunal. So every time I used to join a company, I used to call him that, listen, I'm joining Redison, is it right or wrong? He used to give me 10
cons
and 10 bad points about it, that you should not leave the current organization because of these reasons. You should join this company because of these reasons. Now you decide. And I felt that there is a mentorship which is missing in hospitality. Or if you can go out and talk to people, it is already available. It's just that we have to go out and talk to people.
The reaching out is very important. Luckily, coincidentally, even I had some mentors like these. So I know experience, but then yes, I do know a lot of people who have taken wrong career moves just because they were not advised properly.
Yes.
This can change a lot, trust me. Just pick up the phone, talk to someone. And as we discussed, there are a lot of ways you can connect with hoteliers, and there's too much and enough.
Yes, I think at the age of information and technology, this is more easy now that we get.
Right.
You can sit in any part of the world and still be connected to each other. But
Right.
I think this should start now. Thank you, Kunal. It was a nice conversation and I loved it totally. I think one thing that I would like you to continue doing is connecting with people and keep in touch with all the people that you can, and help hospitality and this industry to grow leaps and bounds. Because this is the age of India and this is the age of this industry to grow, right?
Thank you, Prashant. Thank you.